Welcome back to TeshKidFX for another Quant price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening here on the Quant chart. And at the time of this recording, Quant has managed to lose a key area of support at around the $147.9 mark. We are also trading below the 20-day MA, and in this video I will also be giving you some perfect entries back into Quant if it continues to obey the Elliot structures. And before I get into that part of the technical analysis, allow me to start the video here on the 4-hour chart by first giving you a recap of what has been happening, where you can see that Quant, after making it to an all-time high, we started the bear market where we had been seeing lower prices in this ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $40.1 mark. And after seeing the bear market low, we started a very nice bounce to the upside in a move that has been obeying the Elliot structures, where you can see that I have this Elliot structure in blue, having the wave 5 making its peak at around the $229 mark, and also completed the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. And whatever we expected next after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1 is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, which is a corrective wave. And because of its corrective nature, we also expected to see an ABC corrective structure. And using the Fibonacci's, I had this red target area where I expected to see the low for that second wave. And you can see in that ABC corrective structure, we made our low at around the $94.4 mark in what I'm terming as the low for that higher Elliot wave count 2. And after seeing the low for this second wave, whatever we expect on the long-term scenarios is a bounce to the upside in the formation of these higher Elliot wave count 3, and sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $400.4 mark. And that is the minimum that I'm expecting Quant to do on the long-term scenarios. And getting to the short-term scenarios, basing it on the formation of this wave 3, which is an impulsive wave, and because of its impulsive nature, we also expect to see a 5-wave structure in formation within that higher Elliot wave count 3. And you can see after making our low for that second wave, we started a very nice bounce to the upside in a move that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures, where I'm terming this bounce to the upside as the formation of that first wave to the upside. Then we saw a corrective structure in the formation of this wave 2, and I believe whatever we are seeing over here is the formation of that wave 3. Then soon we might see that wave 4 then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to the upside. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this wave 3, and get to see whether the wave 3 has done the minimum that we expected it to do by connecting the trend-based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $164.4 mark, which is a target area that we fully maximized and made a high at around the $165.5 mark. And that means whatever we expected over here in this bounce to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 has been fully maximized, and whatever we are seeing at the moment could be the start of the formation of this wave 4 to the lower side. And if this is the wave 4, we can sketch out a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4 by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the second wave to the high of that wave 3, and that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618. So I can mark that target area here on the charts between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and I can extend my target area back to the fib level 0.382, so that my target area lies between the $140.9 mark and the $125.9 mark. And it is within this red target area that I'm expecting to see the low for this fourth wave, and also see a reaction of these key areas on the Fibonacci's before we start another 5-wave structure to the upside in the formation of this wave 5. And that is the minimum that I'm expecting this wave 4 to the lower side to do. And given that we have lost a key area of support at around the $147.9 mark, whatever we can expect next over here, in case we see an increase in the selling momentum, then there are chances that Quant might continue unlocking lower prices, give us a retest of that key area of support. And once the retest is in, then that would mean even lower prices are still coming our way to fully maximize this target area, or maybe and see a reaction of one of the fib levels here within this red target area. And then from there we can expect a bounce to the upside in the formation of that wave 5. And within that red target area, we also need to note that we have a key area of support at around the $133.2 mark. So in case we see a retest and continue pushing lower, there are chances of seeing support at that key area of support at around the $133.2 mark, then start that another massive bounce to the upside in the formation of that wave 5, and in case we see this retracement to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4, then this will be a perfect entry back into Quant before we expect another bounce to the upside in what we can term as the formation of that wave 5. So that is the minimum that I'm expecting that wave 4 to do, and once it does that, it will be another perfect entry back into Quant before we can see that huge pump to the upside in the formation of that wave 5. We also need to have in mind that there are chances that Quant can reverse from the prices that you are trading within, and in case that happens, then I will expect Quant to manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $147.9 mark, and once that happens, then we can expect a retest of that key area of resistance, and once we have enough support for us to continue pushing even higher, then there are chances of continuing to unlock even higher prices, maybe make a high that is above the high that you have currently for this wave 3 to the upside at around the $165.6 mark, and in case that happens, then I'll be naming the new high as the high for that higher Elliot wave count 3. Then from there we can expect a pullback to the lower side in the formation of that wave 4, but for now I'm more into this retracement in the formation of this wave 4, and we have seen the high for that wave 3 after doing the minimum that we expected the wave 3 to the upside to do using the trend based Fibonacci, and soon we are going to see this retracement in a wave 4 before we see that bounce to the upside in the formation of that wave 5. And also taking a look at the indicators here on the RSI, we are trading at around the 47 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the lower side to fully maximize the formation of that wave 4. And also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have been able to print a bearish cross, and we're also seeing an increase in the selling momentum, meaning lower prices are still coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.